Okay.
Yes, this is a 55 plus community.
Quick pause. People think 55 plus community, sleepy little. No, it's 55 plus because they don't want y'all here because they're partying, and they don't want you to know that Mimi and Pawpaw are getting their groove on. That's what's happening. Okay, that's true.
Okay. Hi everybody, it's Amy and
Eric. Hi.
Eric. We are doing another Sunday drive. Happy Mother's Day.
Is it Mother's Day?
It is Mother's Day.
Oops, no, I'm kidding. I got you something.
Did you?
Of course I did.
That's so sweet.
You're not my mom.
Do you have it now? Okay. All right, hey guys.
I'm going to get it at Target.
Hey, da-da-da. All right, so we are here at Target in Clermont. So today we thought we would do a video. We all know that usually people's questions about where communities are located is where it is in proximity to shopping for places like Target. So we're going to use today's Clermont Target location as our starting point, and then we're going to drive through a few of the communities that tend to get a lot of interest from my YouTube channel, from the home tours, and we're going to kind of drive through them, explore them a little bit, talk about them a little bit. And it's going to honestly show you a bit of Clermont, as well as we're going to take a turn and go over into Minneola. So that for those of you that, when we talk about Minneola communities, and I keep explaining, it's right there.
You're going to see
now
it.
you'll be able to
Right
see
there.
it. Yeah.
So just as we're traveling straight ahead now, to our left, parallel to us, is Route 50. So that's sort of the main drag going through Clermont. So all the car dealers are there. Obviously, Target is there. Rooms to go. Think of all the places Amy shops.
Yeah.
Well, it is. And hills.
And hills. I know. I wanted to come up this way because I've only been up it a few times. Usually I go out the other direction. But yeah, so remember, Clermont's the highest elevation in Central Florida. So you get a little bit more of a hilly landscape, which is what's really nice with some of these communities. You have more picturesque views than you might in some of the more typical Floridian communities where it's a little bit more flat. So yeah, we just came from Target. Now we're taking a right here on Hancock Road. And where we're going to go, I think we're going to go take a tour through two of my favorite communities here in Clermont. Both of them by Taylor Morrison. One is Canyons at Highland Ranch, and the other one is right across the street, called Esplanade at Highland Ranch, which is their 55 plus community.
So nice.
They are just so nice.
They're just
beautiful.
great. You can't go wrong there. You can't live there.
You can.
Well, you can. Yeah,
and
you can.
the reason he says that is because they are in their final phases. Both of the communities have just opened up their final phase, still kind of clearing out land and paving the roads. The same story as we've told in some of our other videos, which is new construction. They're kind of trickling out lot releases. So you may not have a whole slate of them to choose from. They may only be able to sell X amount a month. There's waiting lists. You have to get pre-approved with their preferred lender to be on the waiting list. I keep telling my clients it's an obstacle course that we now have to go through. Didn't used to be quite so difficult, but now there really is a lot of twists and turns. So, but the communities are well worth it. If you are one of the lucky ones to already be on the waiting list, if you want me to get you on the waiting list, or
talk real quickly about how you do that. So essentially, you've got to be ready to buy now, but you can't buy it until they say it's available, and even then, It may be a little competition. So just talk about that real quick so they understand what they have to do.
It really is frustrating, and this is not Taylor Morrison, by the way. This is essentially the majority of the builders and in the majority of the communities, and it's due to our lack of inventory. It's due to many different outside factors. Some are in their control, some are not, and a lot of it has to do with the pandemic and how things slowed down, and in some cases kind of stopped, I guess, specifically maybe when they were starting to continue the development in additional phases, maybe even preparation for new communities. Everything kind of slowed down. So if you want to get on a waiting list, yeah, Eric, you're right. You have to essentially be ready and willing and able to write a contract right now, even though they may not let you write one right now.
Amy just got off the phone with a site agent, but first of all, call Amy first. Don't chat with the online person. Don't talk to a salesperson in person or on the phone without saying, I'm working with a realtor. If that's Amy, that's fantastic. If it's not, mention your realtor, because otherwise you may lose your right to have representation. But they're preparing, so she was talking to our buddy Bing, they're preparing to make an offer on Sunday, but they can't make the offer now Because
it's not released.
It's not released. And so tell them. Tell me about the words highest and best. What does that mean?
So highest and best for the builders. Believe it or not, some of the builders are going to this ridiculousness, and it is ridiculousness, of highest and best offer for homes that they have not even released yet. Some of which have not even started construction yet. They're releasing highest and best offer. It's kind of crazy.
So they're setting up a bidding war themselves.
Right, before anything is even started.
Starts.
But now in this case, I have a client named Brian, won't mention the last name, but hey Brian, who is looking to purchase, and Christine of course, looking to purchase in Palms at Serenoa, which is a lovely community in the Serenoa section of Clermont, and trying to negotiate and work on getting this offer set and ready and prepared so that when the builder opens up the opportunity for my clients to contract, that we have positioned ourselves well. And that's what I was speaking with my builder contact over there to kind of coordinate this so that we can, I won't say have a heads up on everybody else, but perhaps a step more forward. How about that?
You can say that. No, here's the thing. Sometimes Amy can't say things that I can say because I witnessed them. Amy gets you a step ahead. We like to say you're a half a day head start.
I try.
Which, by the way, a half a day head start is a mile these days because things happen quickly. So Amy, when they call and say the lot's released, you've got that day, correct?
Yeah,
you have to contract that day.
Yes.
So craziness. So we'll talk more about that later, but let's talk about where we are.
Yep. So we traveled down Hancock Road and then we took a right, and now we are into the community of Highland Ranch. So this is Canyons at Highland Ranch. This is their main entrance, kind of a lovely little nature little brick wall type of an entrance. Really beautiful. They've got several models here, all the models of which we have on the YouTube channel. They have the Sand Key. They have the
really
Bimini.
Cool gates. Look how beautiful that gate is with HR on them.
I love them. They're
Highland
beautiful.
Ranch.
Highland Ranch.
I would buy a house here just so I could say that I lived at the Canyons at Highland Ranch. And I would pause just like that every time. The Canyons at Highland Ranch.
You're going to make people start singing Hamlin again.
No,
all right.
We're not in Hamlin.
So over here, just want to point out, you've got the Sand Key over here. And over here, you're going to have the Antigua, and then you have the, the Sand Key and the Bimini.
Yep.
So this is their 3 model homes, and this is the community. So
we have tours of all those. I'll put the links up on the little flashy thing and in the description so you can see those model tours.
So kind of back to, as we just kind of filter our way through the community, part of what you were saying about before, Eric, you were asking about how does that happen. So if you were to be interested and ready to move forward on something, you would need to get a pre-approval letter. By any general lender would be fantastic to help us get the process started. Mm-hmm. In some cases, I can get the builder to accept that as your pre-approval letter, and in some cases, they are going to be adamant that you still do it through their lender. Now, people ask why. Why do you have to do this through their preferred lender? And I remind you that as the consumer, it's your right to use whatever lender you choose. But it's also the builder's right to be able to vet people who they're spending money on preemptively to make sure that you are indeed approved by their standards as well. Because if you think about it, you could come in with a pre-approval letter and who knows the validity of it. You would assume that it is correct and all the numbers match out. But the builder also wants to know before they start to invest thousands of dollars to submit permits and start to order the building supplies and the things that you've requested for your home, that indeed you are good for it. And so that's one of the reasons that they just basically want to put their own stamp of approval on it so that they feel a little bit more comfortable, and candidly can't blame them. And they do provide you additional incentives by doing that. All right, we're going to pull into the amenity center real fast. I don't know that there's much you can see except my favorite. This is a huge pirate ship kids play area.
We'll throw the drone up and show you from above so you can see what that looks like.
It's a really lovely pool area out here in Canyons. I love that. This is just a really unique one. It's fun. And then, of course, they've also got, basketball court over here, and they've got lots of green space, and the pool, of course, over there. Lots of fun stuff in this community.
So a little inside track on these videos. We sometimes share into our marriage and how we make these videos and things like that. We say we always say,
scare me when you say stuff
like
that, because I never know what's going to come out of your mouth.
Okay. This isn't a scary one.
Okay.
So sometimes we'll say, save it for the video. Like when we're talking about something. So we don't talk much about what we're going to talk about, except for this. We said, today's video is about feelings.
It is about feelings.
So we want you to feel the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what I love about this, and you don't get this in every community, the width. Look at the street. Okay, so two things. Not a lot of people park on the street, which is common and uncommon in some places, which means they've got a little bit longer driveways. But it's just the width of the whole thing just feels nice.
Yes.
You don't feel like you're crowded in. It feels almost like you're in a canyon at Highland Ranch. And there's my favorite street, Gracie Ridge Street. I love that. I love that name. What a great name.
So here's a little tidbit about Taylor Morrison that I love to share, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. They actually surpass every builder when it comes to landscaping. There is not another builder out here that provides you the type of landscaping that Taylor Morrison does. Remember, I don't work for or represent the builder. This is just my opinion.
And your landscaping is subject to change. We can't promise on their behalf that they'll do that.
Right.
But they do generally do that.
They
it's
do.
Really nice.
They do some beautiful landscaping. They provide you beautiful palms.
Nobody gives you those palms like that. Nobody does.
And they also landscape down the side. They at least give you flower beds, maybe some shrubs along the side. And even in the back. So I'm just going to give a shout out to them. Please keep doing that because that's one of the hardest things. And I'm going to stop here because I want to point out the school. One of the hardest things with new construction anyway is to see that they flatten this land. They pull up all the orange groves or whatever happened to have been there before. And you have this blank canvas. And then you build all of these structures and then you put the little baby trees with the little pieces of wood bracing them. And yes, they will become beautiful, mature trees at some point in time. But it sure is nice when they go ahead and start to plant some that feel like they have a little bit of maturity to them. So let's just go this way. So up here, Eric, you want to talk about the school up here?
Well, you can just see that you've got school ball fields, and again, we'll put the drone up there so you can see, and I'll put some information about the school on the screen. One of my favorite things about this community, we had a client move in here, and they were so excited because they got to hear the marching band practice. And it's not super loud, but the football field is right over the hill there, so so you get soccer matches and football games. It's not super loud. It's not distracting. It's not terrible. It's just lovely to have that back there. So, and again, the feel. Look down the street. This
nice
feels
and
like
wide.
Florida neighborhood. Just really beautiful. So, Canyons at Highland Ranch is whenever people call all the time and they say to Amy, what are some of the communities you've seen that you like? It's gonna be more of those people now that say Canyons at Highland Ranch now because they're gonna see this video and know that this is beautiful. And then up here, you're gonna go to Esplanade to the left?
I think so.
The traffic circle? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So now here's the other thing. This community, you can see that this community is fully occupied.
Yes.
Okay, the only thing that is left is their final phase. And there really are probably more than enough people on that waiting list. Oh, hello, sir.
Yeah, please know that we're here.
Can I tell you about what they're doing right here?
What are they doing?
So I don't know if you've noticed, Eric, but through this community over the years, the sewer caps or whatever you call them have always been jutted up above.
Oh, okay.
So now the reason is because they said they were not going to repave these streets until the community was complete. And now, my friends, since they are repaving these,
which you can see on some of them that they've done that.
Yeah, you can see now that you have a newly paved road. There's no little bumps in it. And how cute is this? Kids home from school on a Wednesday. It's Sunday. Sorry.
Well, we're taping this on a Wednesday.
We taped it on a Wednesday.
We're playing it on Sunday. The magic is gone.
The magic is
gone.
It's gone a long time ago. Just kidding.
We're not talking about our marriage right now.
Okay, so anyway, so kids on Wednesday. By the way, our school ends early.
But that was so cute. That kid was putting out a kids playing sign. Like he gets home and then he's going to go out in the street.
He wants to go out.
But you can tell this road is freshly paved.
Yeah. So if you look right in front of us, this is what all the roads look like. See, they all have the sewer caps or the drainage caps, whatever you call those, up above. And now they're just repaving all of these roads.
And by the way, in front of us, the Highland Ranch bike path. You could see that when we came up the big hill, which is my favorite hill in any community.
Yep.
That's the bike path you could kind of see off to the side there. It comes out up here. And so this now is the traffic circle that is the dividing line between Canyons at Highland Ranch and
Esplanade.
Now,
Esplanade
you have to say it with a little accent, please.
Oh, no. Esplanade is it's going to be
yes, exactly.
Esplanade is a new concept for them, and they're actually creating some more Esplanade 55 plus communities here and there. So while we're here, I'm going to see if we can stop somewhere so you can kind of see.
Again, I'll throw the drone up there if you can't see it that well, but that's phase whatever.
That's the final phase. I guess phase 4, I think. Either way, it's the last one, and this is where again Esplanade at Highland Ranch has the long waiting list as well, and that's something that's I've got lots of clients currently waiting for that as well.
And they're waiting, and as of right now, not released. true? Do they have releases now?
I don't think they have anything released yet.
Okay.
We're waiting. And if they do, remember, it's a waiting list, so the first few that are open. And by the way, don't let a waiting list scare you. So let's say there's 100 people on a waiting list and there's 50 lots. Well, not all 100 people on the waiting list are still waiting.
Okay.
Some of them have moved on. They found another place to go. Or, honestly, here's what's happened a lot. The prices have increased so much since they first got on the waiting list that it's now out of their price range. And that is a very sad but real story.
So another factoid I think that could be helpful to people for you to share is tell me about price increases. How does that work?
Yowza. Well, that's going to depend builder to builder how they want to structure that. Like for instance, one of the communities is every 3 sales, it's $3,000. And that's a new community.
So when they sell 3 houses, which they can do in a Saturday.
Yeah, and then
so the price could be different Saturday at 5 p.m. than it was Saturday at 10 a.m.
Correct. Okay. Actually, yes. And I've actually had, I sold a townhome in Winter Garden, and my clients we were the last one before the price increase. And so that was one of the reasons I told my clients, look, I don't want you to, don't make a rush decision, don't feel pressured. But if the other people that are also interested in this, if they write their contract first, then, you're going to have to incur the price increase. Whereas, let's make it the other way around. Let's get you locked in and let them incur it.
Okay, I call this a Central Florida standoff.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's somebody blocking one side of the road because they're doing lawn work, and then there's always a moment where you're like, are you going? Am I going? Are you going? Am I going? And always, if it's your lane that's blocked, then you should probably wait. But it happens sometimes. People are like, are you going? I'm going. You going?
The bike path that Eric mentioned a minute ago, there's another section of it right there, another entrance. So this is what's really interesting. So remember, both Esplanade and Canyons are both Taylor Morrison communities. Again, both of these communities are nearly closed out. It's just their final phase that they're waiting on for releases, and then they will. Oh, here we go.
There's our friends. That's, by the way, so that's how you tour when you come here. Now, first of all, the way you tour is Amy's in that golf cart because she's there with you, but they do have a golf cart at the sales center to take you out. It's a nice little trip. So go straight, but talk to me about Zeke Ridge Street. It's another one of those that should be named Amy Ridge Street.
Amy Ridge. I've got Passion Amy or Amy. No, that's
Amy Flower.
Amy Flower.
Amy Flower.
Passion Flower should be Amy Flower.
No, not going to give you addresses, but we have recently passed 2 of Amy's clients. We're going to pass another one soon.
Yep.
We're about to come up, and so we won't tell you which house because it doesn't matter. We're going to use a first name, but I'll just say. If you're one of Amy's clients, you're seeing your house somewhere right around here right now. I don't know why we care about sharing who's going to live where, but still.
Well, and I want to keep everybody's privacy.
Sure.
But the other point is, I have a lot of happy clients in both of these communities. In fact, what's really cool, I have 2 families where...
Doggo alert. Schnauzers. Get some schnauzers. Hey, schnauzeries. Yay.
So two families, well, one family, but 2 family units. Grandparents live here in 55 plus.
Oh, yeah.
And then their son, daughter-in-law, and grandchildren live in the Canyon section. And they're right around the corner. So,
Canyons at Highland Ranch. It's more dramatic if you make the pause.
Exhausting.
If you make the pause longer, it makes it
more exhausting.
Think of this: Esplanade.
Okay.
At Highland Ranch.
Do you remember
That's
that?
nice.
Okay, never mind.
What?
I was going to tell you that. Remember that episode of King of Queens? Remember the time we were talking about I have the Australian guy and you have the Australian girl or whatever on our
I don't know what you're talking about. You have an Australian guy on the phone.
On the phone.
Check the video. Check the video. Okay.
Okay. Do you remember the episode of King of Queens where his
yes, he used Rico. He used the accent Rico. Yeah. I'm not great with accents, so
okay. Well, that's okay. We can skip that. Oh man, they're paving the road. I need to get out of here. I'm getting mess all over my car.
That's okay.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so let me talk a little bit about the amenities here, if that's okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But don't get steamrollered.
I'm not gonna hit the steamroller. Stop.
Okay. Don't run over that guy.
Honey, I'm not gonna run over that guy.
Hi, steamroller guy.
Thank you very much. Okay. So the amenities here in this community are outstanding, as they would be in any 55 plus community. They certainly do not disappoint here in this community either. It is amazing. I really don't want to get over there because it's wet. It's going to get all over my car.
I know, but you're going to have to. Central Florida standoff. You lost.
Oh, man. Okay, anyway.
And now the car's going to stop. It's going to stick
get stuck in
the muck. Hey, by the way, this is a long video. This is going to end up being a long video.
Oh,
I can already sense that.
I should probably hurry it up.
No, it's fine. You keep talking. Because actually, we tried to shorten the videos up, and then people were like, how come the video is short? So we're just going to go. This is going to be a while. But hey, keep watching because there'll be good stuff coming up, and it also helps us with the good people at YouTube and Google if you don't turn it off halfway through. Sorry.
So let me tell you where else we're going to go.
Analytics.
So.
Yes.
Let me talk about the amenities here at
Yes,
Esplanade, and then I hope I'm going the right way. Now you got me all turned around because I was.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
By the way, I want to go by Elsie. Let me know if you see Elsie.
I didn't see. I was looking for Elsie.
So Elsie is a giant cow figure.
I'll put I have a picture of her at St. Patrick's Day.
That they put that's in one of the homeowners' yards, and apparently wherever Elsie goes, that means that's where the party is for that weekend. Okay. Yes, this is a 55+ community.
Quick pause. People think 55+ community, sleepy little. No, it's 55+ because they don't want y'all here because they're partying, and they don't want you to know that Mimi and Pawpaw are getting their groove on. That's what's happening. Okay. That's true.
Okay, so real quick, just going to loop through this amenity center parking lot. So over here to the right, you have clay court tennis courts. That's right, one of the few places that actually have clay court tennis courts. I forgot about that.
That's killer.
They do. They've also got a resistance pool. They have a regular pool. They have classes, aerobics. They have everything you could possibly imagine. They have the fitness center. They have a massage room in there. This is just an amazing community.
Also, regular tennis and pickleball.
Yes,
which is very
pickleball's
popular.
a big thing. And bocce ball, I think they've got that back up there.
Yep.
There's a lot of things that the community has to offer. And again, as most 55+ communities do, but this one is just a little extra spectacular. Okay, so as we're leaving Canyons at Highland Ranch and Esplanade at Highland Ranch.
Canyons at Highland Ranch. The pause is going to be longer. It's going to be a 5-minute pause at the end.
So exhausting.
I know.
Okay.
Sorry.
Right.
You said yes.
I know.
Your fault.
Okay, so, by the way, this is a gated community. Now, you'll notice right now that the gates are open, and that's because there is construction going on. So when the construction ends, the gates will close, and you will only be able to access either as a resident or if they choose to end up having guard gated. Yes,
and there's no construction allowed on Sundays, so the gate is closed on Sundays, which I found out when I came to get a video for one of Amy's clients, and I couldn't get in because I don't have a fob, and because I don't live here.
So take a look in front of us. Isn't this cool? So this is another one of the reasons people love this area so much. So everything to our left, all that fresh dirt, that's the final phase of Esplanade.
And up on the hill, so again, with the drone, maybe you'll be able to see it a little better, but so some of those home sites, from the back of them will look out over that water. It's just, and it's kind of level, so everyone's getting a nice view. And that's one of the hidden features of Clermont that I really like. So many communities are built on those hill steps, kind of.
Yeah.
So everyone gets kind of a vista view, as we like to call it here in Florida, a vista view. So off in the distance, and some really beautiful lots where other places you'd be backed up to a rear neighbor, which can be fine, but in Clermont very often you might have a rear neighbor, but you're kind of looking over their roof. It's very cool.
Yeah, really interesting. So where we're going from here, so we did Canyons and Esplanade at Highland Ranch. Now we are going to go just down the street, and we're going to take a right back on Hancock Road, which is where we were earlier. And then you're going to see how close Minneola is. And that's one of the things, because Minneola is a new hotspot. I say a new hotspot, just there's a lot that's coming there too. They have the new Publix that's being built right there. There's a new giant shopping area that's coming. Obviously, all of this is in close proximity to Clermont and the Olympus area that's going to be coming as well. So, typically it was at a little bit of a lower price point, but candidly, everything is just jumping up and up and up. So as we're going to this direction, let's talk about that. I was describing today my clients like it's a racetrack, but not that we're all racing, but like the inside lane, like maybe those are the people that are running full speed ahead because they are ready. They have got to find a home. They have all their ducks in a row, pre-approved, no contingency, ready to do something. And then you've got, as each line kind of progresses, you've got people at different stages and phases. Some are a little bit further out. Some are just walking on that outer path going, one day I'll be able to move. And it doesn't matter. You're all a part of my family, and we're going to navigate it, and we're going to switch lanes as we need to for you. But at the moment, to be honest, the only thing you need to be doing, if you are looking to move here, you need to be in the fast running lane. Because if you're just looking, if you're still walking on that outer lane and you don't really have, you're like, maybe in a couple of years I'll retire. Honest to goodness, still look and have fun. Watch my videos. Let's have fun together. But we really can't narrow in on a location or community or a floor plan or a builder, because everything is going to look completely different, including the price points.
Yep.
So
last week's video is a good example. We took you through a place that if you look at it a year and a half from now, it's going to be filled with homes.
Oh yeah.
What we showed you last week was farms. We showed you cows and farms and blueberry fields.
Blueberries, yeah.
So same thing. If you're thinking about, we're taping this in April of 2021. Well, May of 2021, and we just showed you Kansas and Highland Ranch. If you're looking at this video a year from now in 2022, it's resale. You could still live there if you wanted to, but that's a resale opportunity, not a new construction opportunity. But there will be plenty of new construction opportunities available.
And and I think sometimes even these videos like we did today, just driving through to get the feel of those communities, is really good, so that even if we aren't looking at new construction, if you're calling me in a year or 2 years from now, that those are great tools for you to be able to see as well as to what the community looks like, to see if it's kind of the look and feel that you want.
Where are we going first? Which way are we going?
We're going to go to Parkview at the Hills first.
Okay.
So we just turned right on Hancock, and we've turned right, and so now we are here at the high school that we were actually just talking about.
The backside of it is Lake Minneola High School.
Yeah, Lake Minneola High School. Nice high school. Looks like they're doing an addition to it over here.
Yep.
They are.
Most schools here are doing an addition or building a relief school. That's because everyone wants to move here, and you see why. It's flipping beautiful here.
It's absolutely beautiful. I love these apartments over here. There's something about them. It's called Minneola Hills. It's just like a luxury apartment complex.
Very Tuscan.
But I love it. They got the tile roofs. It's just a nice location. It's I don't know. I think there's just something about where that's located. Even their signage just kind of really creates a great feel for this area. But so Minneola Hills, if you're looking for apartments, not necessarily ready to.
But by the way, we just crossed Clermont to Minneola.
Yeah, so we're in Minneola.
That was it.
Yeah,
when we passed Lake Minneola High School, that's it, right? Yep. That's the line essentially.
That is it. Yes.
So you see, there's no real difference except what it says in your. It might be a different zip code and it's a different name.
Yes,
but
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because here we are. Now in front of us, you're going to see Parkview at the Hills. You're going to see a sign for the new Publix coming soon. The other thing that you'll see up ahead, you may or may not be able to see it, is an entrance to the Turnpike.
Yes.
So that's another great convenience. You see the sign that says Florida Turnpike just ahead. It's literally at the top of this next hill. Is you get on the Turnpike, which means you're very close to everything here.
Absolutely.
You're minutes away from everything in the Orlando area.
Yep. We are here at Parkview at the Hills. We took a right here into the community. But yeah, Eric, you're exactly right. Publix is right there.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome, dear. Validation, right? But
finally.
It so it really is nice, because as Eric was saying, the exit off the Turnpike means a lot. And with that shopping area coming right there, this is just going to be a great spot.
That's a Publix.
So we are. What did I say?
No, you said shopping area. I was like, that's a Publix.
Okay, I was like, did I say something else?
I was adding to.
Did I say Food Lion? They don't have Food Lions here.
They don't have the Food Dog here, no.
They have the Food Dog. Okay. Yeah, okay, so they used to have Food Lions in Virginia where we're from, and then Eric used to call them a Food Dog.
I still call them a Food Dog because of the Food Dog.
All right, so those are the models.
They've built so much more than they had when I was here last week.
The Newberry 2 and the Radcliffe are their two model homes here. They have 50-foot and 70-foot home sites. They are currently these narrow ways.
Yep.
They are I think they're sold out of the first set, but they should be releasing more home sites.
That house right there says available. Now at the time of taping, that home is available, so call Amy at what number?
407-848-8042. So they do have an amenity center here. They have a nice little pool that you can kind of loop up and just go through that parking lot.
And again, we'll drone it up too. So
yep. But you have just a nice amenity center over here. Playground right beside it. It's a covered playground, which is nice. A lot of people have asked, what about covered playgrounds? What's the big deal? Well, the big deal is if you ever seen hot metal or plastic in Florida's summer sun,
anywhere. Remember the burning of your thighs when you were a kid and sliding down the thing. Imagine now you're in Florida and it's hot plastic.
Yes.
So you don't want your kid to get stuck to the slide. Yeah. That's why it's covered.
But so amenity center here, key fob lets you in. You have a playground, swing set, all that stuff right there beside the mail kiosk as well. So it's just a nice little location. They also are going to have additional phases coming to this community. But it is a nice opportunity if you're looking for some larger home sites to be able to at least have the opportunity of a 70-foot home site is kind of amazing.
We're going up Anna Ridge Road.
We are.
It flows off the tongue very well.
I've sold several of these.
Yes.
Boom, sold that one. Boom,
is that true?
Sold,
was that one of them right there?
Yeah.
So I come out often if you call us from out of state, very often, what will happen is, okay, well, what lots are available, what floor plans are available. So we have home tours, we have lots of video, but I'll jump in the car and come do a drone video and a walkthrough if it's more further along the house construction. So I think it's one of the things that we do that really makes it a worthwhile endeavor to call, because we do a lot, and we're happy to do it. Sometimes we're like, okay, here we go, because it's in the middle of the afternoon, and it's like, but you have to move so fast. You do. So, we've got drone video of all of those lots. So when she said sold that one, I didn't know which ones actually sold. I just knew I came and got video of lot 118. I don't know if that was one of the ones that someone bought, but I know that was on my list to come get video of. So it's worth calling if if you're from out of state or out of the country. We try to let you see it as if you're here as much as we can. Yeah, I mean,
most of my clients are out of state or out of the country. So, I don't want, so it's hard. You have to make a quick decision if you want to lock in on something. And sometimes that quick decision eliminates the opportunity for you to come in town to see it in person. And that's a heck of a lot of money to spend just on someone's word. So I can give you more than my word. We'll try to give you whatever piece of information you need, including Eric running out at a moment's notice to go get some drone video. We did that just yesterday for our client, by the way, the phone call we were just talking about a few minutes ago.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Trying to get him confirmation that indeed was the lot that he wanted, and boy, was it spectacular.
I mean, I'm gonna put the video on the screen to show you, because by now, it's like today they either got it or they didn't. So we're not gonna hide our hidden gem of what lot it was. But you can see how beautiful it was. Yeah. And I even got some birds to fly off their little pedestal, which made it was nice for the video.
It's nice.
They dove in the water. There's a policeman there, so
I see.
Let's make sure we're adhering to all of local laws. Mineola Athletic Complex is on the right. It's softball fields and soccer fields and a football field.
And this is Grassy Lake Elementary School.
Over the hill.
Over the hill, yes. And this is Ardmore Reserve. This is where we're going to be turning into next. I mean, not like this, right where we are, but we're going to turn the corner, and this will be Ardmore Reserve. So Ardmore Reserve is a community with two builders. It was primarily Royal Oak, was started out as Royal Oak Homes, and now Hanover Family Builders. And the other
essentially same company, yes.
Yes, it is. Okay. Yes, same company, just different name. Same lovely, fantastic, multi-generational family business that I absolutely love and adore and owe everything to. So thank you, Hanover Family Builders. So Hanover Family Builders and Dreamfinders are both of the builders that are in this community. Dreamfinders is out. They're sold out. They're just finishing.
Dreamfinders is out.
And by the way,
out of this community.
By the way, yes.
It just sounded like you're like, I'm done with them.
No, we love them. No, I love them. No, I'm just saying they're out of this community. But I was here actually 2 days ago. Was it yesterday morning? When did can I tell you, I don't ever know what day it is.
I was here 2 days ago.
But I was here for the pre-construction meeting.
Oh yeah. That was
It was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Okay. So I was here yesterday morning.
Hi, Candy.
Doing a pre-construction meeting for clients of ours whose home finally came out of permitting. But like many of you, they live out of state. So it really wasn't time or cost effective for them to make travel arrangements to come in town for a 30-minute meeting with the builder. Not that those meetings aren't important, but there are some that are more important than others. And this was initially, it's just a confirmation meeting and an introduction meeting. And so I was there in person with the builder, FaceTiming my client so that we were all together, but it saved them a trip. Those are those little things that you don't think about and you don't know, but I do.
Slow up just a little bit.
Yes.
Because I'm going to show you out the side here. That's the Palmer. So everyone loves the Palmer. Well, now you know how we get to the Palmer.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. And there's the Selby Flex.
Everyone also loves the Selby Flex. These are good.
These are the Hanover Family Builders, yes.
Good models.
And
so
there's your Wilshire.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is Ardmore Reserve. Now up here on the corner, there's no signage anymore. But this, my sweet friends, was the Avalon by Dreamfinders.
Yep, somebody's moving in there.
This was the Avalon. Yep, and I was.
Today,
it was funny. I was there the other day, like I just said. We were there doing a pre-construction meeting, and I will tell you, the house they had all of the model home furniture was all kind of just shambled and just kind of. Are you looking for something?
No, just if there's nobody behind you, slow up real quick because I want you. This is what we mean by a vista.
Oh,
this is a vista view. So if you have a lot here down this street, this is Blarney Street. Mm-hmm. If you're, It always makes me laugh that it's Blarney Street. But if you're down Blarney Street, eventually there will be houses here, but you're kind of looking down streets and over, and think about the homes that are here, sort of tiered. You're always going to see off in the distance that lake and the hills and the trees.
If I go down there, I'm going to
go down there. Why not?
Go down there. I think I
it's
can
an
move
adventure.
All the way around. It's an adventure.
Sterling Reserve Way. So you see, there's lots that are available.
Yes.
Homes like 90 and 91, 94, 93.
Wait.
Maybe not available.
Thank you. Let's back that.
Home sites that will eventually be available.
Yeah, so here's the thing. So I will tell you that Ardmore Reserve, now this is not to prohibit you from continuing to move forward here in any way, shape, or form. They just have a very long waiting list. But let's get you on it, because if you want the opportunity, for instance, I got notification the other day, there could potentially have been a home that was coming back on the market in here. Mm-hmm. And so miracles can happen, my friends.
So I'm going to throw that out again just to give you another little quick kudos, which is the other reason to call Amy is because Amy is well connected because of all the work that she does. She was just in this community 2 days ago for a pre-construction meeting. She knows all of the site agents. In the case of Hanover Family Builders, she knows the president of the company. And so what happens is those folks also know that Amy has buyers that would like to buy homes. And homes do come back on the market at various stages of the process. Oh, yeah. And sometimes it's very sad. Something happened with the financing. They had a life change and have decided not to move. And so they'll call and say, hey, I've got this or that available. Do you have anybody that's interested in X? It happened this morning. Mm-hmm. Called, and at 8 in the morning, Amy is texting someone in Missouri and saying, so sorry, I know it's 7 in the morning there, but a house that we may or may not have just passed, it was right there, may be coming back on the market, and we're going to have to jump on it if we want it. Because in that situation, they're not going to the waiting list. They're trying to actually help the person that's put a deposit down on that house, right? Sort of clear the decks and not have to continue with the contract. Right. So they want to sell the house. So that doesn't go to waiting list. That goes to who's ready.
Yes, but it could potentially go to the waiting list if there's someone that's waiting for that floor plan. But in most cases, the waiting list are for people who want to build their own.
Yes.
So it doesn't mean that if you wanted that floor plan,
that's true.
maybe they
it could. But they do call Amy a lot and say, who do you have? That's literally what they say. Who do you have?
And it's not just me. I mean, I will say I'm sure there's a lot of realtors that do.
Again, you're my wife and I love you. Despite the fact we pick at each other, I love you. I know. But my wife is the best at this. She is. She's the best. So they call her because they know there's a long list because of videos like this one where people are seeing it and they go, oh, I'm interested in that community. We know that you're interested in the community because you called. Right. And so when that comes up, it's actually a really good strategy to beat the waiting list, is to say, okay, I know this community. I'm going to trust that my house will kind of come to me. Sometimes I call Amy the house whisperer because just a whisper in the breeze comes going, there's an Avalon with bonus. And then she's like, oh, I know my client from Missouri would love that house.
So this actually just happened coincidentally, and I don't even know if this is where you were going with it, but earlier today I was sitting with clients that were contracting on a home that they had always wanted and then lost the opportunity because they didn't act fast enough. Story. And I got a text message from that builder's site agent very early in the morning several days ago. And she said, hey, this home just came back on the market, gave me the specifics. Do you have anyone? And I said, I absolutely do. And they went out there, and this morning they were able to contract on it. And the funny story is that they had always wanted that home. They just missed it the first time around. Yep. And it fell through, and it fell right back into their lap. And what are the odds of that? So
but that's what sometimes
it's a great story, right?
But here's the thing. So we'll get a little bit metaphysical and misty about it. Okay. We believe. Tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm speaking for you wrong. We believe sometimes the home comes to you as part of your family. It's part of. I'm gonna get all teary. Your home sometimes is part of who you are. And sometimes the home comes to you. Sometimes you think, well, it's fate that I met this person at this time. I think it's fate that I met Amy. It was a bad fate for her, great fate for me.
Okay. But I fell in love with him first.
Who wouldn't? Nobody else. I snookered her. But anyway, but the home comes to you. It's part of who you are. It's part of your family. And so this was a perfect validation of that story
Yeah.
validates that feeling that the house will come to you. That's why, we talked a lot today about waiting lists and things like that. Be ready, and your home will come to you. We promise, and we'll help. So.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, do you want me to go to the amenity center here and end the video there?
Just end it whenever you feel like ending it.
Okay.
I'm spent.
Are you spent? It has been a long video.
Long video.
Okay, well, so then what we'll do is, because the amenity center is right there, I'm just going to pull into it as we kind of sign off. And as a couple of reminders, first of all, I appreciate you all so much.
So much.
It has been humbling to see how many people watch the actual home tour videos that I've been doing for years now. And this Sunday drive was just something we just decided to kind of do and throw it out there and see what happened. And
now you won't let us stop.
No, but here's the
We
thing.
don't want to stop. We're having fun.
I pay attention that, or I can tell that you are paying attention because you're calling me going, oh my gosh, I'm in a panic. I just saw your video and you said not to reach out to any of the builders. And someone else called and they're like, hey, I watched your thing and I read it and I got pre-approved before calling you. And I appreciate all of that.
For sure.
But one thing I do want to remind you as we sit here, and this is the amenity center here at Ardmore Reserve. You can see there's a couple people in the pool. This is a fun little spot, covered playground right beside it. You have covered and uncovered sunning and resting areas. You've got restrooms that are there. There's also 2 gate accesses, one from this side of the community and one from the back side of the community. So this is, again, a great spot if you want to kind of hang out here. So last thing before we go, and this is super duper important. It really is more important now than ever. Hopefully it's me that you reach out to, but if you are actively looking, seriously looking to move to Florida, it is imperative that you call a realtor first before doing anything else. If you want to browse on builder websites, that's okay, but do not call the 1-800 number. Do not text with their person. I love those people. I love the builders, but there are some pitfalls and they've created really big ones for you. Yep. And so the best thing you can do is reach out to a realtor, me, 407-848-8042. Yes, sir?
I'm just going to throw in one more thing, which is, and the reason we're saying that is not so that Amy will get a commission. Amy gets a commission, like, not from you. It's free to use her as your buyer agent. It's not about that. It's about, I mentioned we go out and shoot drone video. We do walkthroughs. She attends if you're from out of state, she attends the pre-construction meetings for you and all that.
If I need
she
to.
can't do any of that unless she is your buyer agent.
Right.
So if the builder, because of a policy, says you don't get to have representation, literally you're on your own. You either have to fly here and go to those meetings yourself, FaceTime the builder, and hope you know what's going on. If something goes wrong, you don't have the advantage of being able to access someone, hopefully Amy, but anyone that can help guide you through the process. She's more of a navigator than anything, and you need that navigation. So I just wanted to share that because sometimes I think people might think we're going, you got to call me first. It's not really about the business
No, it's
part
about
of it.
your protection. It's absolutely about your protection and having an advocate, someone there that is representing you. Because the builder site agents are lovely. They're fantastic people. I'm really good friends with so many of them because they've been wonderful people to work with. But at the end of the day, they represent the builder. Their job is to represent the builder. Their job is to do the best job for the builder. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't love you and that they're not going to still do a good job for you, but their priority is to represent the builder who pays their paycheck. Right. My job is to make sure that my clients are protected and that they're knowledgeable. And I do think that that's one of the things, I don't know if I even told you this yet, but I had a builder recently tell me just that they always liked working with not just me, but with my clients because they were so well versed in what to expect. And that makes a difference too. Remember, these are hundreds of thousands of dollars you're spending. Oh, hello, bird.
That's going to scare me.
It did, me too. Hundreds of thousands of dollars on something that's very, very important, probably your largest investment. So it's certainly worth, it's certainly worth it for you to have somebody to represent you that's actually free for you. So,
absolutely.
All right. So I know you're probably tired. You probably, tuned off by now. But if you're still here, good night. All right. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate you watching. Stay safe, stay well. Happy house hunting, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, happy Mother's Day. Happy birthday.
I was sending it to you.
Oh, that's sweet. Thanks, hon.
Bye.
Bye.